I think it worked. Are we worked? Let's see. All right. This is working. Good news. Okay. Hello, everyone, from the new studio. Look at this. I know it doesn't look like much, but this is a big deal. And I'm going to explain why. And we're going to see how our live stream goes today from the new setting. There's a lot to catch up on. I am trying really hard not to be apologetic about my appearance. I just feel like I'm not looking like myself. The bangs are in a in-between phase. But no apologies. You know why? Because looks don't matter, right? Anyway, hey Marcus, hey Elliot, hey Mom. That's right, Lynn in the basement. This is the big thing. So I'd love your feedback too. Let me know, like, how's it looking on your end? Because I don't know what the signal's like down here. I think we're on the Wi-Fi, because we did not hardwire in yet. From what I can tell, it looks like it's a bad stream to you, but maybe it's okay on your end. Tell me how the sound is. Right now, the furnace is not running, but there's like an air dehumidifier behind me. Tell me if you can hear that. And then, but we're not going to do a lot of tech stuff today. Thanks, Elliot, for confirming it looks and sounds good. That's great. So I'm going to pull up comments today because I might need your help with some things. I'm approaching my 40th birthday. Sunday's the big day. I'm gonna tell you how I thought it would go and how I think it's gonna actually go. Before we ended up pregnant, I thought this would be a big trip to Hawaii or Europe or something new and special and exotic. It's not gonna happen. That's okay though. I've put a lot of pressure on myself thinking I would do something big for my 40th birthday, and now as it's approaching, I have very little planned. I am excited. I'm going to the Blink-182 concert on Sunday night. Now, I still harbor some bad feelings towards this band. I do love them. However, many years ago, I saw them play with Green Day, and I thought that Green Day was the bigger band, and it's the band I like better. And I was just very mad at Blink-182 because they ended up being the headliners for that show, and I just could never get over it. So that's that. Hopefully I'll let that go when I see them on Sunday, because it is supposed to be a very exciting show. Is anyone else going to that one? Okay, got comments there. Bear with me as I pull this up in the new space. Here we go, and on, and view. Nice. Put that there. I've switched my orientation of things too. So camera's here, but chat's going to be over here. No, maybe I should put chat over here now. I'm going to put chat here. There we go. All right. Does this still work? Took forever to connect. Hi. All right, good. Creating a human is a way to mark the occasion. Very true. I agree that it's a special birthday in a way that I never predicted. So I can't go crazy with alcohol, right? I can't even just have a drink to celebrate or a glass of wine. So I've been trying to think of other things, what are the simple things in life that I enjoy, and can I just fill my weekend with those things? Bert did his weekly grocery run. It's part of his our weekend routine is that, he goes to the grocery for the week. And I said, babe, you know what? Could you pick up a bunch of flowers for me? And it just made me really happy because now those are sitting there for my whole week, and we don't normally have flowers sitting out on the table. So that was a good start. And then I think that's kind of my inspiration for keeping it simple. What are some other things I like? I like taking classes. So I'm maybe I'll take a jewelry making class if I can find one for a few hours on Saturday or something. I feel good when I do yoga. So I was looking into maybe I just incorporate a yoga class into my weekend, at a studio, not at home doing it on YouTube like I normally do. So lots of just simple, small things that make me happy. What I don't want to do, and what I've normally done for my birthday in the past, is host a big kickball game. And we were talking about hosting a pickleball tournament for my birthday. But here's the thing is, I'm in my current condition not physically in a place where I can play those activities and feel really good about it. This past weekend we went to Madison for an 8K run and / walk, and I did the 2-mile walk. Now at the end of those 2 miles, I was at my limit. I was in my hips and in my like round ligaments and in my back, just done. Like my body was like tired, aching, and that's what I am using as a signal to say, let's not do a kickball game. Let's not do a pickleball tournament for my birthday. Let's keep it things that I know will be more comfortable for my current condition. No, I love being social. It's one of my, favorite things to do, but the idea of hosting a party for myself, and Bert usually does a great job of bringing people together. The idea of being the center of attention in a large group of people right now, it's to be honest, just overwhelming. I'm having some, and I'm going to use this to segue into what I really wanted to talk about today. But with all that being said, I have not made all my plans yet for the weekend. So if you've got ideas, things I could do, knowing kind of my current conditions, please put it in the chat. Give me those ideas, and I will definitely take them into consideration. I am pregnant. I am not able to run or be on my feet for too long. So yeah, there's your guidelines. And I thought maybe I'd go get like my nails done. There's a place, I'm not 100, I have to double check if we can get our nails done as pregnant women. I have a place that does like a no toxic, like they don't use toxic stuff. They use like all this like more natural stuff. I do not know what this is, Marcus. I would love for you to tell me, what is a game of boules? Boules? Please explain. Where's my, I'm going to put this up. A game of boules. And Elliot, this was actually something that crossed my mind. So I'm glad that you said that, because I was like, you know what, a game with not a large group of people, not like a big party game, but like a game day with like maybe 2 or 3 other people would be really nice, because I really do enjoy games. So that's what I was thinking would be really cute thing to include. So I will definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm going to segue while you guys, feel free to keep throwing out those birthday ideas. I love them. And hi, Kim and Kelly. I saw you guys come in into the chat. Thank you for saying hi. So, there's been a couple of things that happened over the past week that have helped me get to some feelings that I didn't understand. And a lot of this has to do with what Bert and I went through for the 4 years leading up to actually getting pregnant. We joined a community of infertility members, right? People who were going through the same struggles as us for different reasons, whether they knew what the reason was, whether they didn't like we did, whether it was the second time that they were trying to have a baby and struggling with that. It didn't matter. There's a community of infertility that is so extremely supportive, and there's a weird feeling that I might have talked about this the first time we got pregnant before we miscarried, that I had guilt about being the first one in my group of that I did like a group therapy with that got pregnant. And I had like this kind of like guilt of success, kind of like survivor's guilt. And then we miscarried, and things then balanced out. Then I'm like, oh, well, I'm all poor me, And And then we couldn't get pregnant again, and I let it go. And then it just kind of was like this like lifetime membership to infertility. That's what it felt like. I was like, I'm always just going to be here for anyone going through it, and I have been, and I've been very, I'm very thankful for the openness that I've had about our journey, because of what it's done for other people, what it's done for us in return as well, because people then come to us and it feels less alone. Now that I'm pregnant, there's been that feeling again of survivor's guilt, like this guilt. And I talked about this the other day, how I didn't go to maybe 1 or 2 baby showers I was invited to because of my own feelings. And now I have this survivor's guilt of, well, I'm pregnant and maybe I wasn't there for other people, but also I don't want to invite people that are going through infertility because they might not want to come. So I'm kind of like stuck in this place. Like I'm not even excited about a baby shower. And then, to have my birthday coming up too, it's like this idea of being the center of attention for my birthday. And I'm like, then if I have a baby shower, I don't want it. Like, I feel like I'm like, look at me. And I know I go live every Monday and it is look at me, but it's different because you guys are choosing to come in. I don't know, like it's a weird thing. This has also been why I haven't announced it yet on our like personal social medias, like done an announcement. It's like I'm still holding a lot of space for the other people and the grief that they will feel seeing something like that. But not putting myself first, but putting all those other people's feelings first. Okay, so with that being said, I had a wonderful friend, post an absolutely amazing post on social media, like both Facebook and Instagram. It was Infertility Awareness Week. I believe it was last week. And she did a great post, and I just, I loved it, and I made a comment, and then she reached out to me later, a direct message, and I said, I know we really connected, because we had it was a friend I had gone on that Spain trip to last year, and we had talked to each other about our stories in depth and like really connected over it. And I said, look, I've really struggled with telling people that we're pregnant. And I'm sorry if this is like a weird time to say it, but like, I really appreciate your post, and we're expecting in August. And I don't know still if that was the right time to do it or not, but I felt like if I didn't say it, it would be even more weird. And obviously I can't see her face or anything. And I know when I used to get that news, like in written form, you can control what you send back via words, in a text. But your voice or your face can also be a lot more telling than the words that you're saying. So there were times where people would message me that they were pregnant and they were sharing their news with me, and I would message them back how excited I was. But I remember very specifically there was one time where I just bawled. I was crying so hard. And, it was just extremely triggering to have another friend get pregnant twice in the time that I was, going through my struggles. And I don't even know if that person, that's not that person's fault at all. Like, I wasn't mad at that person. I was triggered. And I was sad, and it was like, I just didn't want that news in that moment, and I was like having a happy day, and then all of a sudden I was having a sad day because of what happened. And I think I have this fear that I'm going to cause that for other people. Okay. And I see, yeah. Hi, Laura. Thanks for saying hi. So I think I have a lot to sort out on my own end. This friend that I told that to, I even kind of, what I just told you in kind of detail, I summarized that. And she wrote back, she goes, Sure, that's understandable, and we have that feeling, but weren't you also happy for your friend? You can have the grief and also have the happiness. And that's so true. Like, I was not mad at my friend for causing me to cry. It was just a trigger that I was having my own feelings that still needed to be processed. Like, if those tears still come up, like, that's still something that's in me, and tears are a great way to process. It just sometimes sucks when it happens. So anyway, I like this comment. I'm going to pull it up. I have to get used to where my comments are. Sorry. The grief and the happiness. Yeah, thank you. That's credit to my friend. Like, you know, she's like, grief is the word, not anger, not mad. Grief. And I really, and Elliot, yeah, grief with happiness, been there. Yep. And this is, thank you, Liz, for saying this. Liz is saying this all makes sense. And my dad, I like this comment too, but doesn't your pregnancy give hope to others? So yes, this did happen in one of the scenarios where I told a close friend of mine, I invited them over, and that's also a risky thing too, because I'm like cornering her when I'm about to give her this news, right? But I sat her down and I said, look, I know that this might not be something you're excited about in the moment, but I wanted to do this one-on-one and be sensitive to it, knowing what you're going through. And I that's how I approached it. I said, look, we're pregnant, you know, and I told her, I'm like, I'm not expecting you to be super excited right now because I know this can be hard. And so she wasn't, you know, how some other people are super excited and like, oh my God, this is the best ever. And, you know, sharing that with us. And what she did say was, no, this is really great because yeah, it's hard to hear, but knowing what you guys went through, it gives me hope. She's like, I think she might have even pointed out, like, especially because you're a few years older than me and you're getting pregnant now, like that means I've got time. And I'm like, yes, well, good. So I'm glad that with some people having the knowledge of what they're going through, it makes it so that I can share with them in a way that's a little bit more sensitive. And I think when we finally do share on social media, it definitely will include that kind of sensitivity. But yeah, there's just, it's this infertility thing doesn't end when you get pregnant. It's I will say it still is a lifetime membership to that community. You are still there with those people as they go through it and helping them through. So same friend that I just mentioned, I was hanging out with her over the weekend and we were in a group, and a friend messaged some of the people that we were with, not everybody, and shared an ultrasound picture indicating that they're pregnant. Now, very early on, like, we weren't sharing at this point, you know, the second time around anymore because we knew what happens sometimes at the first time. So anyway, my friend was, you know, in a very happy place. We were all hanging out and everything. And that trigger happened to her. And I knew it. I knew right there how she felt because of what I explained to you happened to me that one time. And it was that feeling that I'd been there, that made it so that I could be there for her. I followed up with her and sent her a message like, look, I know that we don't always get super deep with things, but just know that I'm always going to be here for you. So I think all of this, I'm just saying, I'm capturing this because this channel has been such a journey of everything. It's still going. It's still going on, and you know, I'm not saying other people when they finally do get pregnant after infertility that they don't get excited about baby showers and nurseries and registries and sharing with the world right away and announcing it and everything. But in my case, it's an understandable, you know, thing that I'm going through where I've got this survivor's guilt and I'm working through it. I really am. And it doesn't just go away knowing that I've got this survivor's guilt. Like it's still going to just be a feeling I have to keep working on. So I do see we got now that my thoughts down there, I see we do have a community member here that we can support. Laura, I'm so sorry to hear this. Laura's husband died on Friday and the funeral's on Wednesday. Laura, I'm so sorry. I don't know what led up to this passing, but I'm so sorry no matter what the circumstances were. That's such a hard thing for you to be going through, and thanks for tuning in here and letting people know so that we can send you our support. And I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you're going through this. I know other people here have gone through that too, and so you came to a good place to share and mourn. So thank you guys. I see all the comments of you guys supporting Laura. Thank you for doing that. Okay. Elliot, and Elliot's very thoughtful. Thank you for saying this, Elliot. Does your success somehow negate your own struggles, let alone anyone else's? All of it remains valid. That's true. Absolutely. The struggles will always be there. They're written in stone because it's the past, and this is just the ending. Well, not the ending, but what happens in my story. So you're absolutely right. It doesn't make all the struggles go away. And I think that's what I need to keep reminding myself, is that me being part of this community, keeping all of the past as I continue to tell my story is very key. So thank you guys for listening to this, because I wasn't sure how all this would come out, but it feels good saying it out loud. It's kind of therapeutic. And I think a big part that I have to remind myself is even though I've said this all out loud and I understand it doesn't make it just magically disappear. Like, there's still the processing. It's still in me. But it may help me be okay with maybe moving on to planning a shower or telling other people. So, and just being ready for whatever feelings come with it. So thank you guys for understanding. And I truly do appreciate how far we've all come together, exploring kind of this very, niche, support community. Even though a lot of you guys haven't gone through it yourselves, you still are here to tie in your own experiences. So thank you. I see. Hi, Nicole. And I sometimes I do see some of these here. Where are these? Someone said tacos. I think this was a suggestion for what to do for my birthday weekend, and why didn't I think of that? So tacos absolutely need to be part of the plan. Where is this comment? I love it. Amy, tacos. I love it. And then Marcus explained the game that we were asking about before, which is, I think he called it Boulis. So anyway, you throw small balls and try to be closer than the others. This sounds a lot like bocce. I don't know if it's the exact same game, but very similar. But yeah, bocce actually could be very good. I can definitely do some bocce. And then, there's bocce places around here. So if the weather's nice enough, that could be really fun. There's also a shuffleboard club not far from here too that I've been wanting to try. And that could be a lot of fun too. Yeah, we're doing good ideas, guys. Look at us. Look at us all supporting each other. And throwing out these ideas. I love this. Okay. I'm reading more of these comments. Okay, downgrade it from a baby shower to a baby playing with the hose. I love it. Awesome. Cool. Okay. And it is all definitely less exhausting than kickball to just stand in one place and shuffle some pegs across a thing. pucks. Yeah, pucks. And throw some balls. My current condition, I think I'm recovering from Saturday still. My pregnancy app has notified me that feeling back pain at this point is very common because of my ligaments are loosening in order to get my hips looser. And yeah, I've got pain, and I think I'm recovering. I overdid over the weekend, so I'm just trying to get back into a normal, comfortable state. So anyway, it is what it is. But it doesn't stop me from working on what's going to be the new awesome studio. You guys, I want to somehow take you on a tour here. And I think I can. Want to know why? Because the desk that the whole setup is on wheels. I did it. I got the casters from the Home Depot. I put them on the desk, and guess what? It's a standing desk. It goes up and down. That's not me moving. That's the desk. Anyway, I'm gonna move out of the way so you can. It's gonna clear up the background. Okay, I know it doesn't look like a lot, but this is the workshop area of the basement. I'm gonna bring it back down now. Ooh, it goes down much faster than up. Over to that side. Wow, you really can't see much over there. So this is drywall that'll be going up on the wall that's like directly behind where you're sitting. And oops, I made that too tight. There we go. And I'll put that up because I can work, on the drywall in like small amounts of time, like one drywall board at a time. And Bert's so helpful. It's a fun thing to do together. Everything's still kind of covered in plastic back there still, because when they were doing all the wood floors, everything was just like raining dust down here. There's some odd things. I don't know if anyone watching, if you happen to know how to move gas pipes, please come over. I have a little job for you. It's not a lot, but right here, it doesn't look like much, but because you can't see the whole mess of it. Anyway, it's a mess of gas pipes that don't serve a purpose anymore, and it's because I think before we had this house, previous owners, there was a second floor, like a kitchen on the second floor, like 2 different families used to live here. Makes the house sound really big. It's not like that. Not saying it's small, but it's not like a massive, like, we took over two houses in one. But anyway, this piping here, it's perfect height to hit my head at if I don't have my desk in the right place. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Okay, guys. Ooh. I think there's one more. Okay, this is the cool part. I know. Are you so impressed? Guess what we're rolling over right now? There was like a trench in our basement that was like this wide. I know, Bert. That was like this deep and this wide, and Bert and I filled it with concrete. I know it doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but we can say we know how to pour concrete now. Anyway, so now no matter what I want to talk about, like if I wanted to share that what I'm making over in the workshop, I could just move the whole thing. Ta-da! I'm gonna add lighting over there. It's gonna be awesome. I'm pretty pumped. So anyway, we got, everything's pretty cool down here, and I can't wait to, to see what else happens on this channel, and like all the things we can make and build for the baby and for our home, and just in general things that I like. So it's a lot of fun. to, I don't know, to have moved to the basement. Bert got the studio, whoa, the room upstairs that used to be the studio is now his office. I'm going to grab my stool because that's a better height here. And I don't know how that light, well, that light is fine back there. Anyway, so this is just super exciting. I'm super, like, I don't know. I'm okay with the move. I was a little bummed about it before getting kicked out of the studio, but now look at this. This is fantastic. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm so pumped. Anyway, thanks guys. So your comments are so awesome today, Laura, except for Laura. Laura, I'm still like, oh, I'm still in shock that you shared that with us. And anyway, okay, so pool noodles is a great idea. I think we definitely need to, we'll still bump our heads, but it'll be a softer bump. And I think what we're actually going to try and do is actually just have a professional come out here and help us move the obstructions from head height. Kelly's asking, how come the studio and the office can't be in the same room? Well, the studio equipment does take up quite a bit of room, but the studio is also where I would work if I ever had to work from home. And Bert and I, as much as we love each other, if we had to work from home in the same office space, would not go well. I need my space, and so that's why we decided, hey, we're gonna create these separate, his space, my space. It also gave us an opportunity to bring all like the crafting stuff down here and then use that closet. Now it's super organized with like overflow pantry items and our cleaning stuff, and we put up a closet system, and it is just like, oh, we needed this. We had no idea that we needed it that bad. So it's awesome. It's like temperature control down here. Like in the summer, it's cool. In the winter, it's warm. So it's like perfect. It's very nice, and I don't know. I'm very satisfied down here. I mean, I have to wear like a long sleeve right now, but I'm not like shivering. Sometimes I'd be shivering in the studio upstairs, but down here, it's like almost always the same temperature. So thank you guys. Yeah, go ahead and smash that like button. I haven't had likes in a long time. Well, that's not true. I forget to tell people to like my videos, but if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would love it, because I've been doing this for a while and I still haven't hit that magical 1,000 subscribers. That would be really great. Maybe I'll do a push for it as, I embrace the new studio. What else? And, okay, yeah. Thanks, guys. Looks great. Yeah. Or an office-style bar stool. I have a workshop bar stool over here, actually, where the seat goes up and down when you spin it. So I might need to utilize that to go along with my standing desk. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. And the insulation is doing its job because it's a good temperature down here. So we're doing great. Thank you guys so much. I feel like I got a lot out. I know I wasn't live last week, so there was a lot to catch up on. We are still foster parents as well. I feel like I haven't even mentioned that at all on the stream today, like that whole topic section of our lives. It's still going. Like, we're still a parents to a 13-year-old right now that keeps us on our toes, and we are constantly learning about ourselves, learning about how to be a parent, learning about other humans, and learning about school systems and how to navigate issues with other students and teachers. And also have this really heavy, feeling that's constantly with us, that she's not going to be with us forever, and that we have to kind of prepare with what life will be like when she's not here. So I don't know. Life is complicated, and now that I'm approaching 40 years old, I think, not that I have it figured out, but I'm certainly glad that I've had the experiences that I've had as I approach 40. So maybe that's a great place to leave it, is, you know, just stop, take a look around in your life, appreciate the things you've been through and where you are right now, and know that there's a lot more to come. So thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me and for leading into my big birthday for this Sunday, the big 40, baby. And I think I'm going to wrap it up here, unless there's any last comments that I missed. Hi, Christy. Say hi to the boys. Yeah. Kelly's like, we really do need to plan your baby shower. I'm going to need somebody to kind of pull me a little bit. It's really hard. When I start to think about it, I'm like, what else can I think about instead of this? Yeah. Thank you, Amy, for the happy birthday wishes. Oh, yes. And a big, I mentioned Bert and I went to Madison this weekend. That was a big thank you to my parents for hanging out with our foster daughter the whole weekend. They had so much fun. She didn't even want to come home, guys. Like, ugh. Now I know what it's like. Grandparents spoiled the grandkids. Big time. Anything else? Yeah. And this is another thing, too. You can have multiple memberships, right? Thank you for saying this. Understand your feelings about membership in the infertility club, but look forward to embracing the motherhood club. Yeah. Very well said. Perfect way to summarize the whole episode, so thank you. You guys, I will be back next Monday. I will be 40, and I'll tell you how awesome it feels, in case you've never been there. But you probably have been. Well, some of you. Anyway, shush Lynn. All right. Thank you, guys, and I will see you next week. Bye. This one. Right? And oh, I know it. I should just go to oh, this one. This one. No. Anyway, I'm just gonna go end this now. Bye.